Peace, 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 peace. I'm late. I'm like 2 minutes, 4 minutes late. My bad, peoples. Ain't nothing changed. Hat is still the same. Hair is still nappy. Hair is still nappy. I'll be debating about dyeing it or like just going to get a haircut. I do want to dye it. I ain't gonna hold you. I've been wanting to dye it for a while now. But that's whatever. I feel weird dyeing my hair and I got like gray hairs, you feel me? I don't want it to come off like some midlife crisis or something like that. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Shout out to Pringles though. I'm up here eating these Pringles though. They spicy though. They spicy. They got like spicy. But today I'm gonna talk about my top 10 hip hop movies. Right? My top 10 hip hop movies. That's what I'm talking about. Now, I still don't even know what the definition of a hip hop movie is, right? I guess I could look it up right now. As I was sitting here, right, I was like wondering, what is a hip hop movie? Is it a movie that got rappers in it? Is it a movie that got a really dope soundtrack? I don't know. Is it a movie that was written and directed by rappers? I don't know. But I'm curious. Before I dive into this, I want to understand what I'm talking about. Hip hop movie definition. According to Google, a hip hop movie is a film in which hip hop culture, music, dance, or the lifestyle surrounding it is central to the theme or of the story, rather than just a soundtrack. These films can explore the four pillars of hip hop. Okay, AI. Okay, artificial intelligence talking about the four pillars of hip hop. I think there's five. But it says these films can explore the four pillars of hip hop, which are MCing, rapping, DJing. What's up? What's up, Jason Todd? Shout out, shout out. DJing, turbulence, which is turntablism, graffiti art, and b-boying or b-girling, which is break dancing, but it's not really break dancing because they don't just dance on the break. You know, they're b-boys and b-girls, you know. So that's what a hip-hop movie is by definition. You dig? So these are my top 10 hip-hop movies, right? Top 10 hip-hop movies. Let's check it out. The first movie, and these are not in no order, right? These are not in no order because my favorite movie is considered a hip-hop movie. Thanks, Coop. Thanks, Cooper. I appreciate you. What's up, Ashley? What's up, Chill Guy? Salute to all those, everybody out there. But my favorite movie is considered a hip-hop movie, but I took it out. But the first movie is called Fresh. I don't know if y'all know the movie Fresh. It's about chess and street life and how a young kid learns chess from his father, who is Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson, who is kind of a drunkard, but the kid isn't supposed to be hanging out with his father. It was never discussed why. But he's like in kind of like not a group home, but like he's being taken care of. But he's involved in street life and selling drugs, and a lot of samples from that movie have landed on hip hop albums. The most famous one is probably Capital Punishment, which is the debut album of Big Pun. He talks, you know, you'll hear, yo, Punisher got mad guns. Yo, I be busting the dope moves, which is a direct quote from the kid named Chucky in the movie. And it's Chuck E, not Chucky like Chucky the Killer Doll. No, it's Chuck E, like Chuck D. Nah, it's Chuck E, right? So Fresh, it's an interesting, I think it's a dope movie. It's one of the greatest movies in my opinion. But it's listed as a horror thriller. I don't know, it doesn't really, not really as a horror thriller, but it's definitely more of a suspense movie and a crime film for sure. So shout out to Fresh. It's a really good movie. You should check it out. It's definitely considered a hip hop movie. The second movie on my list is a movie called Wild Style, which is definitely, it's interesting. It's listed as the first hip hop documentary film. I found it came out in '83. I found out about the movie in maybe like 2003 or maybe 2004. It's 2003 or 2004. I won the documentary after a when I won an MC battle. I won an MC battle in DC, and it was part of this like package. And I got the movie Wild Style, and I had never seen the movie Wild Style before, but I fell in love with it instantly. I have two copies of the DVD, and I watch it a lot. You'll see a lot of people in the movie who went on to become like legendary hip hop like pioneers. You can't call them, yes, they are artists, but to me they supersede of what an artist is. Like Fab Five Freddy. Fab Five Freddy, hip hop pioneer, guru, was real instrumental in early hip hop days. He would bring parties together. They weren't just hip hop parties, they were hip hop and rock and roll parties, hip hop and punk parties, definitely genre bending parties that were influential to the hip hop culture and to New York culture and New York City life, which is where hip hop started at. So he was even in Blondie's music video called The Rapture, which is considered the first rap video, but those who know the culture know it's not the first rap video. However, Blondie was kind of like the first person. Peace to everybody in the chat. I see y'all talking, I'm paying attention. Shout out to y'all. Hello to all. But Blondie was definitely kind of like the first to be like a pop artist, to rap in her video. And she had graffiti in her video. And Fab Five Freddy is one of the guys doing graffiti in her video. So shout out to Fab Five Freddy and shout out to Blondie. But Wild Style was definitely, it's interesting. It's listed as a documentary, but I got a chance to kind of like do an interview with Grand Wizard Theodore, the inventor of the scratch. And he was like, yo, he said it was a documentary. He agreed, but it was kind of like our life. Like we was just doing stuff and people were filming it. And then they later on came up with the idea to put it together as a movie. And it's listed as a documentary. He's like, but this was just stuff that we were doing. He said, that's kind of why a lot of the shots kind of look so random. He's like, but because this was just us filming, us doing life, having fun with hip hop, learning record scratching, and just showing what we were doing. So shout out to Grand Wizard Theodore, Wild Style. That was a real awesome movie. I still own it. I still watch it to this day. Third on my list is House Party. Right? House Party, good movie. The House Party 1. Now, if I gotta say House Party, and you like which House Party, and I'm just like, we probably don't need to be having a conversation. You know? So, House Party 1. House Party 2 was live, don't get me wrong. House Party 2 was dope. But after House Party 1, they started to go down just a little more. House Party 3 was funny. House Party 3 was funny. But House Party 1, iconic. Had a lot of great artists in there. My favorite group in the movie. Oh God, I'm having a brain freeze. I can't. But their single was "Ain't My Type of Hype," which is I think it was a really good song. I can't think. Oh God, I'm having a brain freeze, but brain fart or whatever. But great movie. You should watch it. We did watch House Party 1. Kid and Play do it. Kid and Play do an MC battle, which I later on found out Play didn't write the rhymes for Kid and Play. Kid wrote all the rhymes for Kid and Play. I didn't know that. Kid would just write the rhymes and give them to Play. Yeah, so I was just like, all right, that's interesting. I would have never thought that. But shout out to Kid and Play. Shout out to Kid, because apparently Kid is prolific. House Party had Kid and Play they got a couple albums under their belt. They got about 3 or 4. And to know that Kid wrote all of those, he wrote for a duo. He wrote for a duo. So to me, that's kind of interesting. So if there was a back and forth choreographed flow, Kid wrote that. If it was a story about Play doing something crazy, Kid wrote that. So Kid wrote all the rhymes for Kid and Play, which is really dope. So shout out to Kid and House Party 1. Yeah. Second one is Friday. I mean, not second one, is 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth on my list is Friday. Friday, now, like I said, this list is in no order, but if it was, Friday might be higher up on the list. Just because Friday is kind of like Illmatic. You know, the album Illmatic. Friday is kind of like one of those albums in hip hop that changed the landscape of hip hop. You know, Illmatic was a rap album that changed the landscape of hip hop. You know, or like an artist, right? Rakim was one of those artists that changed the landscape of hip hop. Jay-Z, one of those people. Black Thought, in my opinion. Lupe Fiasco, Kanye. These people changed the landscape of the music genre that we know and love. So to me, Friday is like that. Because so much of Friday landed in regular culture. Just like, not just pop culture. It was pop culture, and then it became regular culture, right? So, Smokey, you know, Chris Tucker, you know, saying you got knocked the F out. Bro, that was around for so long when that came out. I'm telling you. And here's the crazy part about that, right? Siskel and Ebert, prestigious, God rest their souls. I don't want to talk ill on the dead, you dig? But Siskel and Ebert gave that movie 2 stars. They gave Friday 2 stars. And when I seen that as a youngin', that let me know, oh, they not really tapped into us. They not really tapped into black people. They not really tapped into black culture. You dig? Because Friday being a 2-star movie is ridiculous. You feel me? I think Siskel and Ebert also gave Pet Detective 2 stars. 1 star or 2 star, I can't remember. But Siskel and Ebert also went back and apologized and was like, yo, we didn't get it at the time. They got it wrong. You know, I don't know if they did that about Friday, but I seen a Jim Carrey interview. And Jim Carrey was like, yo, they got it wrong. They admitted that they got it wrong. So shout out, because critics really don't be admitting that they got something wrong. That's why most artists hate critics. Because, to quote Method Man on the song How High, he said, F a critic. They talk about it while I live it, quote, end quote, which is one of the greatest quotes, in my opinion, right? Because it's like, what does a critic know about the walk of an artist for the most part? What does a critic know about the mind of an artist, the mind of the art when it comes to making it? You know what I'm saying? They in the bleachers, we on the field. You feel me? So Friday got 2 stars by 2 really like prestigious critics. And it's just like, that really didn't make sense, you know? 5th on my list is Belly. Belly. Now, dope moving. Scenes are done excellent. Like, the scenes on Belly are amazing. It's done by Hype. If I'm correct, done by Hype. You know? A lot of the scenes just look like music videos, right? I don't know, that's my first time. Also, Belly bought into a lot of slang. Long slang. You got made it into the culture also. Like, when rappers started saying, when I heard Meth say one at the end of the phone, peace God. Well, they was already saying peace God, but Meth just made it sound so extra fly on the movie. He said, "Peace, God. What's the science?" They was already saying that, but um, in rap, but Meth sound made it sound so much fly. You know, Meth is one of those artists that can make something sound. He could be like, "Yo, I'm getting a drink of." I'm gonna say, "Yo, I'm gonna get a drink of water." Meth can say, "Man, it just sounds way cooler." Meth got that voice, so salute to Meth. Um, but so much slang from Belly landed in the culture, and rappers started using it. People started using it in their everyday slang and life and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a good movie. Shout out to Belly. I know when it first came out, a lot of people wasn't rocking with it like that. I was rocking with it. That was good. That was real good. The next movie on my list is Juice, right? Now, granted, here's the deal. As I'm talking about my top hip hop movies, top 10 hip hop movies, right? I'm talking about that. A lot of these movies have rappers in them, except Fresh. Fresh doesn't have a rapper in it. To my knowledge, it doesn't. I can't remember one. Um, but majority of these movies have rappers in them. So it's cool to me to be a proper movie, hip hop movie in terms of definition, right? In terms of definition, I really think maybe a rapper needs to be in it or something like that. But Juice is listed as a thriller. Fresh is listed as a horror thriller. Juice is listed as a thriller, and some parts of Juice is listed and some sites list Juice as a horror movie. I'm like, God, I mean, it had some crazy moments in Juice, but I don't think it was no horror movie though. Um, Great movie, great soundtrack. Some people think this soundtrack holds Rakim's greatest song. Um, so I think that's interesting. I don't know about that. Um, I don't know about that. Next movie is Above the Rim. Above the Rim, Above the Rim, which is the second in terms of this list. Tupac is in two of these movies, Juice and Above the Rim. Um, he's definitely playing the villain in both of these movies. But when he went to Gridlock, right? Went to Gridlock, and I think he was playing like a cop or whatever. I can't remember that movie. It was so long ago. Black people was like, "Yo, that role corny, dog." Da 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 da. I'm just like, dang. But when he killing people and he killing Bama's, he killing it. He killing it. He dope, dope, dope. But when he doing anything, well, they liked him in Jason's lyric. But but it's like when he like dares to be what Ice-T is at this moment, right? What Ice-T is. When he dares to be what Ice-T is in this moment, they definitely got crucified for that. People definitely got on his back for that. But Above the Rim is a great movie. Bernie Mac is in that movie. God rest Bernie Mac. Um, Marlon Wayans is in that movie. Um, it's dope. It's a good movie. And the guy who plays the guy he's in Paid in Full. You remember his name? The Paid in Full is on my list too though. But the next movie on my list got bad ratings, but the soundtrack was crazy. A lot of these movies, soundtracks were amazing. Amazing soundtracks, right? Amazing soundtracks. So if we looking at this next movie's called Who's the Man? Yeah. Now, it's so many rappers in this movie. So many rappers. I couldn't name them all. Remember? You got Dr. Dre, you got Ed Lover. You got the West Coast Dr. Dre. You got, when I say West Coast Dr. Dre, like Aftermath, The Chronic, that Dr. Dre. You got Chris Cross was in that movie. The list goes on and on. But I literally had to look up to see. And the thing is, as I'm looking at all the rappers that they have listed, all of them are not even on here, right? You got Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. For those who don't know, that's Yo MTV Raps. You got Busta Rhymes. You got Ice-T. You got Bushwick Bill. God rest his soul. You got Everlast, Kid Capri. Kid Capri ain't a rapper, but he's part of the culture. He's a pivotal DJ in the culture, groundbreaker, bricklayer for New York DJs and just DJing in general. Eric B, Queen Latifah, Be Real, Fat Five Freddy, Flavor Flav, Stretch. You got Stretch. Man, interesting. I didn't know he passed away. Huh. Didn't know that. Okay. Interesting. God rest his soul. You got Yolanda Walker. You got D-Nice. You got Pete Rock, Heavy D, rest his soul. Phife Dawg, God rest his soul. Apache, Melly Mel, Bumpy Knuckles. Shout out to Bumpy Knuckles. Or Freddie Fox, as some of us know him. CL Smooth. You got why do you call him Joseph Simmons? That's his real name. You got Daryl McDaniels, which is the duo is Run DMC. So, Rev Run DMC. Oh, okay. Daryl McDaniels, Daryl DMC. Okay, I'm just now figuring that out, right? Okay, let me step my game up. I'm learning. Daryl. All right, word. Okay, there we go. You got Shock G, Jam Master, God rest his soul. Jam Master J, Cool G Rap, Jam Master J, God rest his soul. Guru, God rest your soul. Nikki D, Lin Q, dope rapper. Del the Funky Homo Sapien. I need to go back and watch that movie because I don't even remember seeing Del in there. You got Moni Love and you got Danny Boy. But you don't have Criss Cross up here. Criss Cross was in the movie. They had speaking roles. So it's interesting. I don't know why they weren't in the movie. But Dr. Dre and Ed Lover played police officers in this movie. They were barbers, and they were horrible barbers, and they gave the worst haircuts. They became police officers, so forth and so on. It got a lot of bad ratings. A lot of people didn't like it. But the soundtrack was crazy. I thought the movie was a solid movie. New Jack City is the next on the list. Like I said, what Tupac was trying to do, Ice-T did in New Jack City. Well, New Jack City came out before Gridlock, so let me take that back. New Jack City, Ice-T was a cop. Great movie. Nino Brown, Wesley Snipes, Rockabye Baby. Once again, one of those movies where a lot of the lingo from the movie landed in regular culture. That is a great movie. Yeah. Shout out to New Jack City. I remember I've watched it a couple times. Not a lot, but I've definitely watched it a lot, enough to remember it. Shout out to Chris Rock. That was one of Chris Rock's really... He played in a lot of, he had a lot of random roles, Chris Rock. He also was in... oh, God. Oh, man. God, the Wayans brothers was in the movie. Jack of Spades. I can't think of the name, but he was in that movie too. Also, I can't think of the movie, but Chris Rock was in there. Chris Rock had a lot of these small roles before he really broke out with his comedy. So shout out to Chris Rock doing his thing. Last on the list, but probably should have been higher up, but it's not numbered, right? Paid in Full. Paid in Full is a really dope movie. I think Paid in Full is extremely underrated. Not just as a hip-hop movie, but as a movie in general. It's a really good movie. And if it's as true as they say it is, and I'm starting to I did a little digging, it seems like it's a pretty accurate movie. It should be higher up on my list. It should get more credit as a quote-unquote hip-hop movie, but it's a really dope movie. Soundtrack was solid. What else was there? The dude from if I'm correct, oh God, see the main character from Paid in Full was also in Belly. Not Belly, but which one of these joints is he in? Above the Rim, right? And I think he was the one who had the gun when they lost on the court. And Tupac, I think Tupac gave him the bag that had the gun in it and said, "Handle your business" or something like that. I can't remember verbatim. Um, but it was a good thing though. So shout out Paid in Full. Good movie. Cameron was in the joint. Great. He did a great job in that movie. I don't know why Cameron hasn't been in more movies. Maybe he has. I don't know. Um, but yeah, he did a great job in that movie. Omar Epps was in that movie, and yeah, no, it was a good joint. Um, Last honorable mention is New Jersey Drive, which is my favorite movie of all times, but cats don't like it. People thought it was trash, and I get why people think it's a bad movie, but to me, it's my favorite movie. My ex girlfriend even gave me that movie for my birthday as part of a birthday gift, and I still have it. Um, I watch it from time to time. I don't want to think about her, but yeah, I love that DVD. I watch it from time to time. It's not on any streaming apps or whatever, but if I'm correct, I might be wrong. If I'm correct, New Jersey Drive was the first hip hop soundtrack of a movie that was a double disc. And I remember when it came out, we would go back and forth which disc was better, disc one or disc two. And it has some joints, man. I mean, listen, the '90s and early 2000s, bro. When it came to those soundtracks, you had to be there. I mean, you was getting rare songs. You was getting rare songs from your favorite rap artists, rare Wu Tang songs, rare Gangstar songs, rare Boot Camp songs, LL Cool J songs, rare Nas songs, just rare songs that would never land on them. They didn't land on mixtapes. They didn't land on albums. They was just on hard drives or in studios or stuck on reels. What up, what up, what up? So those soundtracks gave you a window into unreleased songs that if it wasn't for those soundtracks, those songs probably wouldn't have came out. So shout out to when soundtracks was really doing their things and soundtracks played like albums. Some soundtracks were better than albums. Like that Who's the Man out soundtrack, that was better than a lot of albums, bro. Like that was a really good soundtrack. That New Jersey Drive soundtrack, better than a lot of albums that came out in the '90s, man. Like it was a really good soundtrack. And the list goes on and on. Above the Rim soundtrack, great soundtrack, bro. It was better than a lot of albums. I could have said the movie Sunset Park. Now that I'm thinking about good soundtracks, the movie Sunset Park, great soundtrack, was better than a lot of albums. So, I mean, if you're looking at hip hop movies or just movies in general from the hip hop world, the '90s, early 2000s, soundtracks was great. And here's one thing. Typically speaking, if the movie was dope, the soundtrack wasn't good. And if the movie was whack, then the soundtrack was dope. That's not to say that it was for all of them, but for most of them. Above the Rim, great movie, great soundtrack. Sunset Park, great, good movie, great soundtrack. Sunset Park had one of my favorite Mobb Deep songs on there. Prodigy's verse. Due to the fact that here, take that right back at you. I'm going at dude. Already ran through. Wasn't hard to capture. What is it got you going after? My 45th, but make your clothes damper. Put in the hamper. The fabulous, infamous, moving stainless. I don't know, whatever. What up? So let's take it there. I can't remember the rest of the verse. Lift you up off your feet like ski lift. Put back the bit fifth. For niggas who riff, niggas you riff. Sorry for saying the N word on YouTube. I don't know if you can say that, but whatever. But rest in peace to Prodigy. Mobb Deep got a new album coming out. I do believe it's next month. I heard one of the singles. The beat sounds crazy. You can definitely tell us, Havoc and Alchemist worked on the project together, which I'm happy to hear. So, because Alchemist was very close to the mob, very close with Prodigy. Alchemist and Prodigy did a couple, did more than a couple. Couple is two. They did more than a couple albums together, more than a couple songs. So I'm intrigued to see what they got coming up, what they cooked up. Hopefully, it's more than one album because Mob got a whole bunch of music. I'm sure they got a whole bunch of music out there. So that's unreleased. They do got a whole bunch of music out there, but I'm sure they got a whole bunch of unreleased music. So hopefully, we'll get more stuff and more stuff and more stuff and more stuff from the Mob. But yo, that's my time. I've been going for a solid 30 minutes and 40 seconds right now. That's my time. I'm about to go home, maybe listen to some demos of mine. I'm working on an LP. It's coming along. It's coming along. The more songs I finish, the more faith I have in it. I'm about 30 songs in. I have faith in it. I'm having more and more faith as I keep writing, keep writing, keep writing. I'm gonna go home. I finished the song today, but the last 4 bars I kind of sketch. So yeah, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna do some reading. I'm gonna read the Bible. I'm gonna do some praying. I haven't prayed today. I haven't prayed. I pray daily, but I haven't had a solid prayer session in a minute. So I'm gonna go home and pray. Probably make some spaghetti also, and hopefully finish that verse. Look at some tutorials. Real boring stuff, but it makes me happy. So y'all stay cool, y'all stay chill. Hopefully I think I might have some other rappers on here next Thursday, God willing. And the creek don't rise, I be here. Got some topics I want to discuss, so we'll see what happens. But thank y'all for tuning in. Please click subscribe. I always forget to say that, subscribe and all that jazz. And God bless. Y'all drink plenty of water. I got water here. I'm gonna drink this, and y'all stay cool. Peace. It's my Vincent Price laugh.